I don't know. Something I don't like to think about is like death.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with death because of like the way I've like I'm now like perceiving the world and like why I'm here. But I think thinking about death is like not something people should just do. Like, you know what I mean? Like just think about it too much. About it? Yeah.
I think about it a lot.
Yeah, like it is something I think about a lot.
I think a lot through. I bet at least 7 to 8 times a day. I'm like, what if I died right now? I think about that. I'm like, if I just died right now, would I be chilling with the life I had? Like this moment. I think about that a lot.
But like, I think death is an illusion.
Elaborate.
I don't.
Welcome to Keeping It Real.
I was wanting to buy a clapboard, but I think it's a little extra. Ooh.
Yeah, it is. It'd make you more certified though. But so with the reality show and all that, where you at with that right now?
So we're in the middle of filming at the moment. You know, should I explain like what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a reality TV competition show. Mm-hmm. But it's more of like a reality TV show inside of a reality TV show, which means like we're doing a bunch of challenges where it's based off of other reality shows you've already seen.
Yeah. Like
America's Next Top Model, Face Off, like, you know, the reality shows, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So we're doing like each challenge in the show is like testing the girls to see if like they're made to be on like cameras and like being recorded on a reality TV show. So each challenge, you know.
So it's not like fake reality; it's like real reality.
Yeah, like it's not fake anymore. Like before, I would do a lot of, you know.
I seen the real first ones, like the first ones I watched. Those are funny as hell.
Yeah, those were a joke. Like I really was like, just wanted to have fun with that and wanted it to be something funny. Because I was laughing when I was watching like, you know, Bad Girls Club, which is what Bad Behavior is based off of. So yeah, that was totally like just improvisation and like
Ace, relax. Hey.
But it's okay. But like basically the reality show is like interesting because I don't think I've ever seen like a reality show where it's like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Like the one I'm doing. Mm-hmm. It's similar to like, you know, some reality shows.
Bits and pieces.
Right.
It's your own puzzle.
Yeah. It's just like a little bit of each reality show into one big like reality competition.
How many episodes is it going to be?
6 total. Uh-huh. So, and there's about, right now, how many girls? I don't even know how many girls are there. I think like maybe 7 girls competing.
What's the winner get? Or is it a winning thing?
Yeah, there is a winner. So every episode, a girl is eliminated or a guy. But, you know, there's one guy. But, you know. Nice. I don't want to give away too much. No. Because I do want
keep it on the low.
Yeah, when I release the promos, I want it to be a little, like, surprise, you know.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck. And Gabe's working on that with you?
Gabe's working on it. Richie's my cameraman. Do you know
Richard Weber?
Yes. No. Not that Richard. The Richie, he's a cameraman. He's a photo, like, takes...
He takes... When did he graduate?
He graduated 2018, I believe. Not sure. But he's a photographer here in Marlborough.
Nice.
And...
So you got a solid squad of people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, and Esther was helping me a little bit with like that's how me and her started doing the podcasting. Is we started talking about like my show and how she's going to school like for podcasts and like audio engineering and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe you could help me out with like my audio for the show. because I wanted everyone to have like their own separate mics, so everything is like very clear to understand and stuff. But that didn't work out because she couldn't make it to certain things because, you know, she has her own things.
Yeah.
But she made it to the second one, which she did help out. So she's still part of my crew.
Nice.
Yeah. It's crazy. The reality show is pretty like crazy right now. I just can't wait to like release it, you know?
Yeah.
It's
What
really
is
cool.
there release time?
Yes, like I have like a time in mind, but I know the way it's going right now, I feel like it's not going to be released around then.
Yeah.
I want to say around November. Because some of the challenges have to do with like the season and stuff, like Halloween and stuff, so I kind of wanted really to make sure it comes around there.
And none of you went for like to school for filming and all this stuff. Like this is all you guys just picking it up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Like yeah, like no one even like really went to like was in like theater that I know.
Really?
That I like put in there. This is like people that wanted to try something like new. Everybody's like really getting outside of their comfort zone with this. And you can tell when you watch, everyone's kind of like, oh shit, like very intimidated by what's going on.
Yeah.
So.
Have you filmed parts and you're like, fuck, we can't use it because like no one knows what they're doing really, and then you like have to redo it over and over again?
There was a moment where like we put like the girls like together in a room and they kind of just like didn't know what to say to each other. Like they didn't know how to like talk to each other on like having cameras around and just talking, have a regular conversation.
It's intimidating. It's scary.
Yeah, I didn't think about how like intimidating it would be, you know. But
it is intimidating because I don't know. Once it's in the internet, it can go anywhere, and it's there for so long. You know what I'm saying? And you could delete it, but to be honest, like it's still there somewhere. You know, yes, like what is deleting? Where does it go?
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, but I tell everyone, I was like, probably everything that you do here, half of it probably won't even make it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like 6 hours of footage into like 20 minutes that you actually watch. Mm-hmm. To create like an actual story that actually happened throughout the show. That's one thing too that's kind of hard with reality shows is like creating a story. Like if you watch Bad Behavior, you can tell there's like no story at all. Yeah. There's just like it seems like a WWE for like just high schoolers.
And it's just contests and stuff like that. Like the drama like in between on those is hard to like generate, you know. Yeah. Like they only generate from like challenges and like eliminations.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's really the drama part is hard too. Which is I realized like
especially did you pick people who are like initially friends too?
Yeah, some people are friends. Like oh my god, I'm like saying the names, but
do you want me to cut it?
Yeah. They're both friends, but they came in with like a storyline kind of like built into their thing. So yeah, I feel like it was since they're friends, it was a little easier actually for them, but. Yeah, made them a little bit more comfortable to be like have conversations on camera. But once I put like 3 strangers together, they kind of just like they're like, "What do I say?"
Yeah, because it's hard to talk to strangers without a camera, you know.
Right.
So,
like
when it's under a microscope like that.
Yeah. And I feel like they thought I had like a lot of expectations because I'm hosting. Yeah. I'm hosting the whole thing, so they were just kind of scared. I don't know, to get like eliminated first or something.
So how many weeks has it been so far? Or like how many
it's been
eliminations, like how far are we into the season of creating
it? There's been 3 eliminations technically and 1 disqualification. There's been a disqualification.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's that funny.
So it's like people have been like wanting to quit and stuff. Like we got it on camera, so like we got people like wanting to quit and like I convinced them to like just stay and continue. But when you want to quit, that puts a target.
Challenge is grueling, like
well, like honestly, I kind of like set them up to, you know, like have a little surprise and kind of I do want to challenge them. Like it's not just like I'm just like faking something, like a little challenge where everyone's expecting. Yeah. The first challenge, I didn't say a word about what it was. I kind of tricked them. I was like, "Oh, we're just doing a little like photo shoot." And then they get there and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And we get it all on camera and it's great.
Damn, that's awesome. I'm actually excited for this. That's bad funny.
Yeah, so I don't even know how I'm like gonna release it in time because I still have like maybe 3 episodes left to film.
Yeah.
I'm only on the third week episode, but we've been filming for a few weeks now because of interviews, and we have interviews and confessionals and stuff.
And you have like a confession room or what's that called?
We did, yeah. But now I kind of have to find like anywhere to film.
You have to have them all live in your house for like 6 weeks.
I know. That's my plan for like future seasons, maybe. Get like a house and have them live there.
Yeah.
And like just record everything. That would be so much more practical and so much like
much better. That's like when I think of reality TV, I've only seen like Jersey Shore and like Big Brother.
Yeah.
So that's when they have them there all the time.
I love Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother. I like season like 18. I watched it when that guy Derek won, and then that was it.
Derek, was that with the girl that was like the poker player?
Yeah.
I remember her.
That season was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a good job with the challenges and like all the veto and giving people power and stuff like that, because then that creates mad drama.
Yeah. You know? I wanted to incorporate stuff like that into the show. Like, how do I just get them to like throw shade at each other low key? So there's like episodes where I'll ask them like, who do you think should go home today? And then they'll have to like, say it in front of everybody.
Stir the pot.
Yeah, I have to, because like I'm like, I can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna.
You gotta get randoms. You gotta get randoms. You can't get people like.
Exactly.
Once you post this, you'll probably get some people who want to be on it.
That's what I'm excited for too. Like excited for people to like hit me up and be like, I want to be on this now. People that I never thought I could like hit up.
Yeah,
Get to be on it.
You ever thought about like working, like after this, like trying to work your way up in like a show that's already established itself? You know what I'm saying? To like learn and like make those connections and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. Like I've been,
or simultaneously. It doesn't even have to be black and white. Like you do both.
Yeah, I don't even know, because I think I'm struggling right now a lot with like my identity, with what I want to like actually like do.
Mm-hmm. Like,
do I want to be behind the camera, which is like what I'm really good at, or do I want to be like in front of the camera, which is like something I need to like work on?
Mm-hmm. What do you enjoy more?
I enjoy being behind the camera more. I think I get more enjoyment out of it, because once I'm on camera, it's more anxiety for me. Like I kind of freeze up on camera, but oh my god, I forgot what I was just saying. Now I got distracted by the camera. I'm just like, wow, I'm talking about the camera now. Like,
your identity, which one, in front or behind?
Yeah, I could do both, I know. But like, I struggle with one, so I feel like I need to, work on one at a time.
Yeah.
So, originally, I wanted to be like a contestant on my own show. But then I was like, you know what, Hervey, like, it would be so much better if you focused on like the behind the scenes way more. So I was like, I'll be a host and I can help more with like the cameras and like just the technical things.
For me personally, I only like being in front of the camera on podcasts. I don't want to have to do any of this. Like I wish I had someone who could do audio, do the camera, and then put it together and everything. And then for like making YouTube videos, like actual videos, because I've tried a couple, I realized I don't like being in front of the camera. If I have to film it, like I can't like turn the camera around and talk to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could film it and then like say something from behind it, or someone else could film me and I could just be talking, but I can't like film it and simultaneously do both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just struggling with that, because I want to find like a job or like a career out of this, but when I go out there, I'm like, I don't even know how to present myself if I go to like New York or like California.
Yeah.
Like, what do I market myself as? Because, I have dreams to like, be on reality shows or like just be on TV.
Yeah.
But I also have dreams to create shows, because like just I have my own dreams.
Whatever you feel like doing, just keep doing it, and then just take every opportunity. That's what it sounds like. Because if you like both sides of it, the more you do, the more connections on both sides of it you'll get.
Exactly. Like I think I'm just gonna like. Just do both.
Do you use like TikTok or anything?
Not really.
Yeah.
I tried to get into TikTok.
It's TikTok. Like, I agree. Me and Lou, we started posting clips of our YouTube videos on TikTok for a little bit, and like the algorithms are stupid. Like we got like 1,000 views on like videos like within seconds, and we had 0 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
crazy shit. But we couldn't. But then we started making videos, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a video for TikTok," and then we're like, "Wait a second, we're just making TikToks now." You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not what we want to do. But yeah, TikTok we tried for a quick second and then stopped because it just wasn't. It's just not fun. But
Yeah.
that shit is like, if you want to get known, if you want to like people to see what the fuck you're doing,
Oh,
that's the way.
Yeah, I created a TikTok just for my videos. I have a personal TikTok, but I don't. So like, I cringe on my own self. So I can't do TikToks like that. But
Yeah.
But
You post clips of
definitely-
like the reality shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, for that. So I'm definitely gonna be posting a lot.
Do
of
those
that.
get good like traction?
Oh, I haven't been posting though.
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to. I created one just for it. I haven't. There's like
You
no
haven't done
content
anything yet?
There's no
Oh, okay,
content.
okay. Yeah, when you do it, that shit will spark fire. Like, it is crazy to watch.
What I told the girls to do backstage when there's no cameras, I was like, literally just be creating content. Like, whether you're going live on Instagram, whether you're like creating TikToks, like on Snap, just be like recording yourself back there so that when, you know, time comes that we're releasing the show, we have shit to post on like the stories and like
Yeah,
we have shit to post on TikTok.
I
like,
get what you're saying.
them on the day of, you know, when the episode comes out, then they're wearing like the same outfit. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just
Wow,
like
there's a lot that goes into it.
a lot of like that's like the marketing part because I love marketing. I feel like that part is what I wanted to focus on the most with like photos and just like that's why I got Richie on the team because his photos look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to be like the photographer, but he's like I'll let him handle that. He's a pro.
That's awesome.
I'm so lucky to have him. I don't even know how. He's been such a blessing. Like after we lost the place that we were filming at, he got us a new place like almost like a few weeks later. And
Same
I was like,
style,
oh
like
shit.
the office building.
Unfortunately, it wasn't like the same style, but like, if not, it was even better than where we were filming before. You know.
What was the difference?
More space. Like we have so much more options. And
What is it like? Like
it's a big building. Like it's in Worcester now. We film in Worcester.
woo?
Yeah. So it's like a big building that's like bought out, and we have like a bunch of rooms that we can go to. It's actually a music studio, like a recording studio, but he rents out like the building for videographers and photographers to come and shoot music videos and stuff.
That's cool. That's dope.
Yeah. So it's honestly awesome that we found that.
Do you want to be famous? Is that a goal?
No. I mean, like, of course, like, I want to, like, have, like, I want to be, like, a little known, but, like, fame is not something I'm, like, striving for. Like I'm a weird person.
Like, you don't want to be, like, mad people follow your Instagram and, like, mad people know what you do.
I mean, it would be nice. Like, I'm not, like, oh, like, I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be famous. Like, I'm not saying that either, but I'm not, like, I'm kind of, like, weird with it because sometimes I don't want certain things to get attention about myself, maybe. Like, certain things I might not want people to, like, fully, like, pay attention to, but I think, I don't know. I just want to be like, that's why I want to create stuff. I want to be known for my work.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known for, like, my image, I guess.
That 100. That makes sense.
Like, I would want people to be like, oh, shit, like, Hervey, like, created, like, that show or whatever.
Where you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, like,
that's a good-ass movie.
Yeah. That would be, like, way better than, like,
Like Addison
a
Rae.
stupid way to get famous. Yeah, like...
Where you're like, okay, she just does TikToks.
Yeah,
and now she gets to commentate for UFC. That's
Exactly.
cool. That's fine.
Exactly. Like, then people say, like, she's famous for no reason.
Yeah. She's smart as fuck, though. She's making, like, mad businesses out of all this shit. Mad TikTokers, they talk to, like Dave Portnoy and stuff like that, like, people who understand this social media wave, and they're, like, kids who are our age who got popular off TikTok, like, are smart for what they're doing. They're all making, like, businesses out of it and creating clothing lines and stuff. And, I mean, I guess that's, like, a given once you get famous like that, but, like, I don't know. I still think it's pretty smart how they're doing it.
They're very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take that away from them. It's just like I don't even know. Like,
it's still like a lack of talent. It's just like
I don't know. I don't, because I was saying, I'm trying to like remember what I was saying on my podcast because I don't want to like like contradict what I was saying, I guess, because I don't know. I don't think they're not talented because obviously they got there somehow, but I think it's stupid. Some things, like some people are just famous like for doing like maybe they're dancing really badly and people just like to like hate on them, or they get a lot of views because I don't know, like they're not, people like to see them like fail, or like they're just like, I don't know. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't even know. I forgot the question now. But I'm just like, I'm getting too deep into it.
Nah, yeah, I get you, and you were thinking about what you said on the podcast, but
yeah,
I don't know. For me personally, I feel like for example, like Charlie on TikTok, she made mad TikToks, and because like she was good at dancing, because I think she was a dancer or whatever. She got some traction and stuff like that, and then like. I don't know if she did these things or what, but like then Dunkin' Donuts is reaching out. I feel like businesses, like she was the first one when businesses started reaching out to TikTokers, and then like a bunch of TikTokers after that came up, and they started reaching out to businesses to work with them, and then they're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like some of them were like given a lot of it, and then I feel like some of them were like saw it and took it, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to, yeah, like the TikTokers now that I see, and they're everywhere now, have worked really hard, I bet, to get to where they are. I don't even know like what to even like say about that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's whatever. I don't know. I get frustrated with some of it because it does look so easy, but at the same time, if it's so easy, why am I not there? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess like I seemed really pressed on my podcast when I was talking about it. Like I seemed like very like I seemed like, oh my god, like Charlie's famous for no reason and stuff. But that's because like I take a lot of like pride in like the work that I put into it.
Yeah.
So when I see people just like getting famous for like almost stupid things, I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna like wait my turn, you know? Like I don't know, like not even wait my turn because that sounds like crazy, but like. No, that's what it feels like when I see that.
It does. Like, I'll post I post streams on Instagram of, like, me at school or something, like, and I just went on a road trip, and I posted that, and those got, like, 280, 300 likes, right? Yeah. I'll post, like, a screenshot from this podcast and, like, a description about it and, like, how it went and everything, and it'll get, like, 100 likes. But here's the thing, though. When I'm in person at, like, a party or something, or I see people, mad people come up to me talking about the podcast, they're not talking about those, like, 9 pictures they saw. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're coming up and they're saying like, oh dude, I like your podcast, I like this, I like that, I listen to this. But like, so it's just interesting to see like how kind of bullshit some social media is, like, and it's crazy how like that the likes from a picture like that can give like a dopamine release to all of us, and like we look for it and we want it, but at the end of the day, like the ones that don't get the likes are the ones that when I'm in person I get talked to about the most, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when I first did the podcast and I was posting the pictures of like the people, like when I was just giving like a headshot and then whatever their song was, that was like 40, 50 likes a picture, right?
Yeah.
And now like the second I started changing it to me in the picture with the person, that was already like 100, 150 likes, you know? Like, so I'm trying to figure out what it is that like gets people to see it. Like I might have to start making like little like clips of it. That's what my friend Trevor does. He does a good job of that with his podcast.
I love seeing the clips. I watched actually.
Yeah.
I watched the clips and then like the clips make me want to go and watch the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I see clips from professional comedians, I just watch the clips. I don't even watch their whole podcast.
Yeah.
Like if they put like a title to the pod, like it's like 4 to 6 minutes, I'll watch all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I won't sit down and watch. I'll watch 4 to 6 minute clips for an hour, but I won't watch an hour like in 30-minute podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's so funny.
And it's funny too, like the way that everything is edited.
Yeah. It's funny when they know that too. The
Yeah.
comedian podcast now, and I mean, I don't listen to any. I keep saying comedians because I don't listen to other ones, but they know when it's gonna get clipped, so they start saying some crazy shit, and then they're like, "And clip it now." So like,
Yeah.
Tim Dillon on one said something outrageous on Joe Rogan's, and he's like, clip it here. Like, he was like, clip it right here. He's like, I don't want you to hear me, like, justify it at this point. He's like, I just want people to go crazy about that part. And it was just mad funny how he said it. Okay, let him out again. Ace, you're being a menace. You're ruining this shit.
He's good. He's good. Yeah, I don't know, man. This subject, I get like so in my thoughts about it. I don't know why. I feel like I'm like losing my train of thought.
My goal is to keep doing this to a point where I can get someone to do all this stuff for me, and then they do the clips and they do everything. Cause
that would be perfect.
I want to do it, but like I want to put it out and all that stuff. I just don't like putting in this part of the work. Which I mean, but like this is a part of the come up. You know, you got to do it yourself a little bit and understand it, and then there will be a point. I know I'll run into some people and they'll be like, all right. Gabe was even saying, he's like, I'll start editing this stuff for you if you want to.
Yeah,
like,
Gabe.
That's one.
I'm like trying so hard to teach him how to edit. Like every day he's asking me like, let's edit. And I'm like, yo, like today we went and like cloned my hard drive so that he can like edit all the things that I've been editing like for the show. Mm-hmm. So he's going to start doing that. That's so hopefully he can start doing stuff for you too, because that would be sick.
What do you guys use? Adobe Premiere?
Adobe Premiere.
Nice.
And I know how to do After Effects, but obviously I'm not like super pro, but I do know how to do the basics, which is good. You know, add some...
I mean, some of the best YouTube videos use free software and only use the basics. Like, you know, ever heard of like Casey Neistat and his brother Van Neistat? Van's new, like he's new to the YouTube game, but they both like use minimal shit. Like they've used like literally, there's one, they show a movie they got like 30 million views on. They used like a $50 camera. They made the music themselves on a piano and like used a free editing software. And they're like, you can do anything you want if you actually have a good story to tell, you know?
That's exactly like the point, which is like why I tell Gabe, I'm like, I don't know what's holding you back, you know? But I love Casey Neistat. Like,
he's a shit.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
His stuff is like...
His brother is kind of crazy to watch.
I don't think I've ever seen.
He just made his channel like a month ago because I think he was going broke. So he's like, alright, I gotta start doing YouTube, and his shit's popping off. I mean, mad people like it. It's interesting. He doesn't do like vlogs. He does like a story. Like he does like he'll make a story out of like his motorcycle, or make a story out of like his car and like why he likes it so much, and like it's very interesting to see. And they all intertwine in a weird, like, I don't know, I just somehow really relate with this guy, but it's cool shit. I like it.
I wish I was like good at storytelling.
Like as well.
I'm trying to like learn. I took master classes on how to like, you know, film a documentary and how to get stories out of a documentary. But it's different for a reality show or like anything else, like any YouTube videos. My videos have like no purpose, I feel like, you know, without a story. Sometimes I'm like editing, I'm like, what the heck am I doing now?
I get you. It's tough because like some people say you make the story in the filming, and some people say film everything and then you make the story in the edits, you know? So it's like, where does that happen?
I don't even know, man. Like, I did both for the show. I created like a kind of like a baseline of what I wanted. Like I, you know, predicted things that could happen, but when you actually like go and film, everything kind of just goes out the window, and it's just like it's there and now, and the story like completely changes when you're there, because with reality shows anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I had to like, when you're doing reality shows, you kind of just have to like create the story as it's going, and you kind of like watch the footage back, and you're like, oh, I can make this person, you know, do this, and you have to produce it. Like I love producing like reality TV, because you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in the show that like didn't actually happen, but that had to be like Frankenstein, like, you know what I mean? Like super, like it's all over the place, but it makes sense at the end. But so you have to do to create a story, which is what my main goal for the whole show.
You said you have like bits and pieces from certain reality shows you've watched. What's your like greatest inspiration? Like, what's the one you try to, or not try to replicate, or like, but what gave you like the idea? Like, oh shit, I could do this myself.
RuPaul's Drag Race is my favorite reality show.
Yeah,
I love RuPaul's Drag Race.
that's what me and Gabe talked about that for a while.
Yeah. You know, I love watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I feel like a lot of people would, you know, benefit and enjoy watching it.
Drag queens are also the people for reality shows.
Yeah.
You know, like they have the exact energy. They know what the people are looking for. They know what to say. They know, and I'm not saying they know how to act, but the way they act is what people want to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see why it's like the most like acclaimed reality show at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to create a show where it was like RuPaul's Drag Race, but more open for like, you know, larger audiences instead of, you know, just for the LGBTQ like community, which it isn't, but it's, you know, more directed towards them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create something more open where it's like there's challenges like the ones you see on RuPaul's Drag Race, but it's not drag queens doing it. It's like, you know, it's people that want to be on reality shows, and it's open for anybody. So that was my main inspiration. But it's bits and pieces like from Big Brother, because before I started doing like recording the show, I binged like hella Big Brother, and I binged obviously RuPaul's Drag Race, and like any reality show that I could like watch, I would watch it. Like
Jersey Shore.
I didn't watch Jersey. I didn't watch Jersey Shore because
a bunch of trash, but it's funny as hell.
I love that show so much. I watched it before, but not like it wasn't in my lineup for this. But yeah, like when I watch it, I more like study it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to be like, how.
They also hit a stroke of luck, I feel. Like they also were like, all right, let's just find some sexed up 20-year-olds and put them in a house, and then like those people just lived up to all expectations. Like they could have missed so hard.
Literally, like, you know, like the stupidest reality shows are the ones that are the best.
Yeah.
Too.
People don't want to see good stuff. They want to see.
I know that's why I don't think like I'm not a TikToker, because like things on TikTok is like you want to laugh at it, and it's mostly like stupid things and relatable things. So I don't think I could go out there and like make myself like just look stupid for views. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not that like. Oh my god, I don't want to say like I'm not that desperate to like but I'm not gonna go out there and make myself look stupid on camera.
People will throw out morals to just fucking get some views, and the thing is that it's not like consistent views. It's just for one TikTok. They'll just send it.
That's what I'm saying. Like nowadays, people are doing the craziest things just to get like viral on TikTok, and I just can't see myself doing it. Like same thing, I try to get into like any little thing that was rising. Like fine, musically was not my thing. None of it was my thing.
Yeah.
I think my thing is like either YouTube or like actual TV. You know? Editing, like
part of it.
Editing, producing, just being behind the set. Like I just love the process of filming and creating actual like.
You're definitely in the right place with YouTube. I don't think television's the way to go anymore. That's a personal opinion, but
yeah, I agree.
I just think that shit's dying.
I agree. So yeah, there's gonna be reality shows on YouTube.
Yeah, and like hopefully, I was watching a UFC fight, and there was like ads all over for YouTube TV, and it was saying how you could get like satellite channels on YouTube TV, and I was like, all right, there you go. You don't need cable anymore.
Everything's on YouTube now. I feel like
and everything's streaming. Yeah,
anything's streaming. For
the better or not? What do you think? You think it's good that now we have to buy all these different streaming things, or?
I noticed that everything's on like different platforms, and I'm just like, holy fuck.
Better for you for the reality TV.
I was gonna say it's better for me, but like it's not better for like the consumer. Yeah, because I love watching reality shows as much as I love making it, I guess. So I don't know. I think it's maybe helping a little bit because like everyone's on their phones. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just like, wouldn't you get more views? Like, not that many people are like watching TV like that anymore.
Yeah.
At least not. Like, I haven't watched TV in a really long time. Yeah. Like cable.
Who channel surfs?
Exactly. Except for like kids like watching like stuff.
Even then though, like there's like Netflix shows you could just stick in front of your kid's face and they don't have to watch any commercials or anything. Exactly. Like back in the day, I was watching 3 shows at once. You know what I'm saying? Like you were flipping in between Cartoon Network, Nick, and like Disney, and that was it.
That was all we had.
Yeah. And
I literally remember.
You were getting a combo, just one big story. Yeah. That was the shit. And you could use your imagination.
No, but like back then, all the shows were like the best too. Nowadays, I feel like the shows just fell off, and the kids, I bet, like just lost interest in that shit. It's not funny anymore.
Mm. But also, the kid shows we had were also adult orientated. Like
a little, right?
I remember not getting jokes. I remember like if you watch like SpongeBob episodes now, you would laugh at shit you wouldn't have even. It would have gone straight over your head as a kid, you know. But and then that's how you get like people to watch it with their kids, you know. That's genius. I didn't realize that till I was older.
Oh, I started realizing that when because I'm still a child at heart, so like I still watch like SpongeBob. Like right when you said that, I was like, oh my god, I exactly know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love like
just like the
kid shows.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know.
I mean, a big thing for me is like my humor came from those shows. Yeah. So if you're gonna show me those shows, they're gonna make me laugh the hardest because like that's what I grew up to learn to laugh at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like iCarly.
Yes.
The new iCarly, I thought it was so funny and I'm enjoying it, but like my mom will watch it, or like not even my mom, like my friends that didn't watch iCarly, they'll be like, "This is like the most cringiest thing I've ever seen." Mm-hmm. But it's the comedy that I grew up watching, you know. So.
Me, my friends Steven and Justin, we started watching like. We were just high as fuck one night. We started watching like old SpongeBob seasons, and me and Steven were laughing our asses off, right? And Justin's like, I don't get this shit. He's like, I don't get what's making you laugh. And we're like, we're like, did you watch this growing up? He's like, no. I was like, I think that's what's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all were just fucking laughing our asses off at like, it's just like the dumb shit. And the funny thing is, there's things that make me and Steven laugh like now. Like, I'll send him, like, memes and stuff like that I can't send to Justin. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's, like, rooted in the fact that we watch the same shit growing up, you know?
I agree.
It's so... And me and my sister, like, the way we relate so much is still over. Like, we'll send, like, chowder clips or, like, Adventure Time things that made us laugh, you know? Yeah. It's just so funny.
That's me and my brother. Like, we grew up watching, like, a lot of, like, Spy Kids and, like... You know, that like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, so like I'll always like send him stuff about that stuff. But
that's just
yeah, like your childhood like builds so much of your character now. It's like I didn't realize.
People say the first 5 years is like everything. Like after that, really there's like nothing. There's nothing else. You know.
Those were like when I think about those times, it just like it gives me like this like weird, like not weird feeling, but it's like a different like feeling in my like when it, like a memory.
What's your first memory? Do you have a first memory?
I feel like I do, but it's like I don't even know if that was like real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I completely guess you. And my dad has like home videos. Like he used to have a VHS camera, and he'd have that. And I'll play, and then I'll think about it, and I'll think I'm remembering it, like because I'll see it from my point of view. Right. But then I'll be like, nah, they just showed that to me with a camera. Like I don't actually remember that shit.
Exactly. So to like trip me up, I'll be like, do I actually remember that?
But then I'm like, wait, did it actually spark a memory though? So I don't. It's fucking the brain's crazy, especially memories. That shit's mad loose.
Oh my god, the brain is very powerful. Very powerful thing. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just crazy how like I was reading a book about the mind and stuff. Like it was called Unthinkable, and it's about people who had like crazy brain disorders. Like so one person like saw auras, and one person like when he sees people, like he sees numbers that have like meaning to them to him, and like crazy stuff, right? And like one woman, her cognitive map was gone. Like she could just like blink, and then like the world would flip. You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't know where she was. Like that shit would happen, or would look a different way. God. Like crazy stuff like that. And she was saying in the book, she was saying like 80% of your memories, something like that. She was like, are wrong. Like we actually can't like remember shit. You know, like you fill in parts of it and you make it what you want it to be. Like there's literally so little truth to what you think of the past.
That's interesting, dude. I don't know.
It just pushes to me to live in the moment more, because it's like, fuck it, if I'm not even gonna remember this shit, why?
Yeah, exactly. All I believe in is in the moment. Like I just, I don't believe in like the future and I don't believe in the past.
I try not to think about either. I try to learn from the past. I don't either. Plan for the future a little bit.
I don't like to think about the future especially, and I don't think anybody should unless it, like, there's certain things you can think about,
like within a year ahead, and like manifesting some things and planning and stuff. But
like manifesting your goals and stuff. I don't know. Something I don't like to think about is like death.
Yeah,
I've come to terms with death because of like the way I've like I'm now like perceiving the world and like why I'm here. But I think thinking about death is like not something people should just do. Like, you know what I mean? Like just think about it too much. About it? Yeah.
I think about it a lot.
Yeah, like it is something I think about a lot.
I think a lot through. I bet at least 7 to 8 times a day. I'm like, what if I died right now? I think about that. I'm like, if I just died right now, would I be chilling with the life I had? Like this moment. I think about that a lot.
But like, I think death is an illusion.
Elaborate.
I don't believe like. I'm not like a philosopher or anything, so I'm like
we're all philosophers. Don't talk down. Don't talk.
I might not say I might say a lot of like I don't know and stuff, but like it's because I.
Hey, if you believe
no one knows.
You don't gotta say I don't know. No, yeah, exactly. No one fucking knows.
No one knows. So.
I mean, for all we know, fucking lights could just go out, and that's it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to believe that, but it's a possibility.
Yeah. I don't know. What I mean, like, death is an illusion is because, like, the concept of, not the concept, but, like, I guess, like, just the meaning of life or, like, just life in general or, like, the life that we're living now is all created by man.
Social construct.
Social construct. Like, everything is, man-made. So, like, no one actually knows what happens after you die.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? Like, who knows? Like, what if you don't know? Like, what if life is better when you die?
Yeah.
But no one knows. Like, it could be worse, but it could be better, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not something you need to like. We need to be worried about.
You're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
It's gonna happen. No one's not gonna die. Everybody's gonna die.
Yeah, and it's natural. Yeah. Like it's like part of. It's just part of. The cycle.
Our generation, not necessarily our generation, but this society, I guess I'll say, because there's been different civilizations, but this one that has grown to become what it is right now, this international, everyone knows everyone, the internet, all this bullshit, we don't, like, death is, like, alienated to us. When someone's dying, they go to a hospital, they're left in a room, they don't talk to people, they don't see people anymore, and the only people they see are doctors in like hazmat suits basically, and like gloves. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying they don't look like people anymore, and you die there and it doesn't feel like you died with humans anymore. And then we pump you with a shit ton of chemicals and we put you in a box, we leave you down there, and then on the day we put you in the ground, some people leave it open to see you and some people don't, but no one sees like death anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one sees people die anymore, where back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean like way, way back in the day, like close to 8-mode shit. Death was such a normal part of things, and I'm sure like certain areas of the world and stuff like that still practice that culture and stuff, and they be with the person who's passing away until the moment they're dying. But like, I guess in America, I guess I'm speaking for right now, like, it's just so weird. Like when my grandmother was dying, that was interesting to me, because I remember she didn't go to the hospital because she said she didn't want to, and and we all did see her, and we all were around her, and it was crazy because people told me people choose when they die, and that made me believe it so much, because we were all there one night on the day she did die. We were all there standing around her bed talking to her, right? Like her last moments, last time I'm ever gonna see her. And then we're in the car on the way back. This, like, literally the second we're pulling down Route 20 on the road, about to take a right into my neighborhood, my aunt calls, like, she just passed away. You know what I'm saying? And, like, she waited till we all left, and it was just her and my aunt, like, it was just crazy, and it felt so natural, and it felt so right. It wasn't sad, you know what I'm saying? People were like, that was how it's supposed to be, that's how it was. We had an open casket, we all saw her, And like, of course, it was sad because you're losing someone, but it felt normal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was sick, went to a hospital, none of us saw her, and then we all just saw her dead in a casket. You know?
Right.
So I don't know. I think, like you're saying, like death is so scary because we hide it. We don't see it anymore. Something normalized, like it is hidden that way, you know. And I think in my life, seeing that in like that incident of my grandmother, like taught me something. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's what makes me more comfortable with it. Like, of course, I think about it a lot and I talk about it with people, and like the podcast has been about that. But maybe because I saw it, it allowed me to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if I never saw that, maybe I'd still be in fear of it. You know?
Right. I see. Damn. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just struggle, like, I grew up in church, so, like, I struggle with, like, just, like, even a higher power. Like, I believe in God, but I don't believe in the God that, like, Christians believe, I guess, because that God is just, I feel like Christians, like, make up things that God, like, said, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think first religions were created just to control people. It was equivalent to government at a certain point.
It absolutely was. Like, even the concept of heaven or hell, I think, is, like, crazy.
Guilt. That grip of guilt is insane to me. I know many different religions that people have where they do shit and they feel so guilty about it. And I'm like, you're guilty. You have guilt to something you haven't seen, you haven't felt. I mean, exactly. I don't want to speak for them because a lot of people have said they've like felt God and stuff like that. But we've all felt something. We've all felt the energy of the universe. We've all felt like whatever it is, whatever God is. But like, I don't know. It's just the guilt thing that it's crazy. Like, why do you think why do you think like the universe is? If you look at Buddhism, they say like pain is needed in life. Like pain is needed. Why would that be given to us? And then we're expected to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Exactly.
And even like what is perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all like you're saying, like it's all man-made to a point. Like you're just doing it to yourself, you know.
That's what I'm saying. I can't like. This life is just so crazy. If you like sit back and think about it, everything is just.
When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about like drinking and stuff like that. You know, like people feeling bad. They're like, I'm gonna go to hell because I just smoked. I'm gonna go to hell because I just drank. I'm gonna go to hell because I just had sex with this person. I'm like,
okay, that's exactly why I had to make up my mind for like what kind of God I'm living for. Because like it would get to a point where I would literally be like, it's the guilt. It's like I would be embarrassed just to be like living. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I would be like, I don't even know. Like, maybe I'll do my makeup or, like, I'll be, like, changing. And, like, literally I'll be like, oh, my God, like, God's, like, watching me. And I'm just, like, and I'll just be like, go. Like, don't you ever just, like, want to be like, go away? Like, yeah. Just, I don't know. It's.
I feel it. But then there's some things you feel guilty for that you should feel guilty for. Like stealing, like hurting someone. And, like, then you have a question. Like, then that's where philosophers come in and they're like, all right, what the fuck is that? Because there's nobody telling you that. There's a moral compass inside you that someone put that there. Something's there. You know what I'm saying? Not someone, but like you have there for some reason you do feel guilty about doing stuff that only you saw. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
that is kind of like trippy.
It is weird where we get to that line. That's where I think I believe in God because I'm like, all right, fuck. There is, I guess, a right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, because, like, you're not supposed to kill people. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, people do because of war and stuff like that, and they're justifying that they're defending their loved ones. But it's just, like, if you look at your decisions in the eyes of God, you feel shitty about some things, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a weird concept to me because then it's like, all right, fuck, something is there, you know? Why do I feel this way? Why is it like that? But it's, I don't know. It's for everyone to find. You can't be told.
Yeah.
You can't be just told that it is the way it is. You got to go out there and figure that shit out on your own.
I was going to say, you have to do it on your own. Everyone is going to believe in something different, and it's whatever makes you feel like this life is, like, worth living.
And like you said, with the social constructs, we have the ability to create anything you want.
Right.
Do it. Why not?
And you have the ability to change things too, like change, not like, well, yeah, you could change like society and stuff.
Yeah. Social norms. That's what we're all.
Yeah.
That's what our generation's working on. Is fucking breaking a bunch of shit, unlearning a bunch of shit that was taught to us.
That's my main thing.
Because we finally, because for some reason we got to think for ourselves.
Yeah,
we weren't worried about war and surviving.
I'm so glad that that's what we were like. We got to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's my main focus. Like now that you said that, I'm like, wow, that is like the main thing that I've been working on. Like it's just like changing the people's perspectives about other people and just like the meaning of just like why we're even here.
Mm-hmm. And if you ever ask an old person like, why didn't you think about this stuff, it's because they'll be like, I don't know, we just didn't think about that stuff. And then you're like, how do you miss it? But they're worried about bigger shit. You know what I'm saying? Like surviving. Like I feel like we're the first generation that's like comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like you can.
It's kind of scary.
It's scary how comfortable we are.
I don't even know what is gonna happen to this generation. I'm just like, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's crazy. Like there's some people who, if their hot water went out, they wouldn't be able to take cold showers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy how comfortable we've gotten to the point where we've become entitled to things and stuff like that. And then it's tiptoeing a line. Where are we being entitled, or are we unlearning bad behaviors? Because then there also is a certain point where you have to be like, okay, like I'm blessed I have this. I should just be thankful for it. And then you have to be like, okay, something's fucked up about that. We need to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very situational, and it's tough to paint like things with a big paintbrush.
Yeah.
But it's cool that our generation kind of gets to decide that, and we get to work on that. Yeah. It's like our project.
Yeah.
It's like our goals, like to make like we always say, like we got to make what we want, but did we really? You know what I'm saying? Like did we just do what we had to do to survive? And now that we're comfortable, now we can make what we want.
Yeah, because we saw everything like growing up, and we saw what we needed, like what we wanted to change, I guess.
Yeah.
Like in society, from the other generations that have been before us.
Do you think having the ability to think for yourself is taught or something you're given? Because I know people who have shitty parents.
Taught.
Really?
I think so.
Because I know people who have shitty parents who like push things onto them, push bad morals onto them.
Oh, okay.
And they still
let me
think
change
for
my answer.
themselves. And then I know people who have parents with good morals, and thank God they have good morals because their kids were just gonna listen to whatever they said.
Mm-hmm. I think it's honestly interesting because like I grew up with like my parents telling like with I don't know, like just like super strictly on the Bible, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I grew up with the ability to think for myself. I got to a point where I'm like, okay, like my parents gave me the option to like, go to church, or if I didn't want to go to church. But it's different for everyone, I feel like. I think it's just up to the person and like how powerful that, how can you escape that? Because a lot of people can't escape their parents' like things, and their world revolves around their parents.
Mm-hmm. Where
I can like think for myself, and like I don't agree with a lot of things that my parents like believe in, and I don't know, like I was taught. So to me, I think maybe it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's taught or not.
I don't think it's taught. I think you either have it in you or you don't.
Yeah.
Because I know people who have bad situations but still think for themselves and have good morals. And then I know people who have good ass parents and then are shitty people,
Exactly.
So I think,
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like it just goes, it's very, again, like.
There's like some people who are just chosen to be able to think for themselves or not,
Exactly. I always tell myself, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I'm able to, think. Mm-hmm. I can like change, I always try to change my parents' like, perception of things, but that's always hard to like talk to them.
Yeah. What's some of the things that you try to change?
They're very traditional, so like, very like on the Bible, so like they're not super LGBTQ or whatever, so That's one thing that I usually not argue, but like it never ends. The conversation never ends well with them.
Do you have a good relationship with them?
Yeah, most part, I guess, but like, there has been separation because of like they just can't like fully accept the fact that I'm gay. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like it's harder for them, and I understand why it's hard for them. But
at a certain point, you're just kind of like, what the fuck? I'm your son.
But yeah, so I think that gave me the ability to think for myself, because I was just taught that I was gonna go to hell, and I was just like, well, that's why I thought about death a lot, because I was just like, oh shit, like if I die, I have the possibility of going to hell. So
you thought that growing up, like
yeah.
Well, when did you know that you were gay?
I it's always remember being gay, honestly. Yeah, like there wasn't a moment where I was like, well, I always knew that like there was something like different about me, or like whatever, but like I never knew it was wrong until someone had told me it was wrong, and I was just like, oh. Then I felt like totally.
Do you remember someone telling you?
Yeah, I grew up in a Christian household, so like.
Do you remember the moment being like, fuck?
I do remember the moment where I realized being gay was not a good thing, but it wasn't because of church. It was because I was the area I lived in, which was like an apartment complex. I was friends with a lot of like kids in the neighborhood, and there was a day where like I was just like I don't know, I was just playing outside or something, and then like this kid like came up to me and just started calling me like gay and stuff, and I was just like, I guess I was just like, okay, so, but like the way he was saying it was just like, I was just like, you want me to like feel bad for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, from then on, I was just like, oh, it's not a good thing to be gay, I guess. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, in my house, it was never really talked about, so I never really knew what even, like, being gay was. And I saw it in movies sometimes, but it was, like, really rare.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, so to me, that's the thing. Like, and that was in third grade. That was in third grade when, I was like, oh, like, this is...
So is someone really teaching that kid to hate? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everything is taught. Like, that's not everything, but like a lot of things it's very much like on the parents, because it's like there's a lot of things that I don't even like realize about myself. Like, my dad, my whole life, and to this day, still like tells me that I'm too feminine, and it just like I never had noticed that about myself until like he pointed it out, and every time, like every video I watch and everything that I see of myself on camera, I'm just like so insecure, because I'm like, oh my god, why are you acting that feminine now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just gets
but is it acting, or is that how you feel?
What do you mean?
Like you just said acting feminine, but like if that's how you, like if that's just how you are, like you're not thinking about it, you're not.
But exactly, like I'm not intentionally doing it. It's just like, the things that it's just like I'm attracted to, and things that like I'm gravitated towards too. It's just different. So I don't know. So yeah, my parents did put a lot of things in my head that it just like it forced me to think for myself. You know what I mean? In a way, because I wasn't happy. I was just like,
when you're like, nah, it doesn't fucking matter. Like when you're like, there's no difference in me and the person, like any other human being. Like, why? When did you realize like, oh, it's all this shit people are telling me is not real? They just believe that.
When the Bible literally just started making no sense. Like, I literally I was going to church and I would ask questions that they couldn't even answer, and like I literally just be like, okay, well, so
I'm so hip. I did the same shit.
You know what I mean?
They'd be like, I don't know, it just fucking says it. And I'm like,
yeah, like they put all
right.
They put words in God's mouth like when they're at church, and I just get so like it got to a point where I was like, there's no way that this is like that life is this hard.
Yeah.
They just make it seem like you have to like work, like life is like another job. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If Christians actually believed what the Bible said, I feel like they would be like running around like crazy, like madmen. Because the Bible is just so like you have to live like a certain way that there's just no way that anybody could actually follow all those rules in the Bible. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do and I don't, because I know people who do it. I know people who are very Christian and young,
No,
like
okay, you could be very Christian, but girl, behind closed doors, we'll see about that. I don't know, girl. Like I just don't. There's no way.
But here, there was an interesting when I talked to Oscar in his Bible study a while ago, and then I was like, and we were talking about.
Oh, I have a lot of questions for him.
You should talk to him because he's going to talk to you. We were talking about like how they know they're gonna do like certain things that's a sin, and like plan for asking for forgiveness.
But
like, they're like that's fucked up. They're like don't do that.
You can't do that.
They're like don't do that. They're like, but if you accidentally sin and then ask for forgiveness, you're like that's fine. And then they said they do things that they know is wrong, and then they ask for forgiveness, and I'm like, then, like, why do you do it?
I just can't because like they're like, oh, we're gonna sin by accident, like you. And
that's why I was like, all right, what kind of game are we playing with ourselves?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you sin by accident, but then in the Bible it also says that humans are just made to sin. Like we are sinners. So there's no like, if you're gonna sin by accident, you're just sinning. Like you know what I mean? Like there's
no difference. It's you were made to sin. You either.
And then I remember there was like my mom said there's all sin is on the same level, and like you know what I mean? Like a lie is like equal as murder.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is this?
Then why do we have different jail times?
Like, so there's a lot of things that just like really just pushed me out of the religion. So I, thought for myself, and I was just like, I was still having a conversation with like, somebody. I would call it meditation, because I was mostly like just
talking to your higher self.
Talking to my higher self. So I learned like a lot just by talking to myself and like finding like,
I talk to myself all day. I think I'm crazy for it.
Me too.
Out loud too.
Me too.
And I deadass today was like, I said this out loud. I was like, who the fuck talks to themselves out loud? I was like, who does that? Like, if someone saw me, I'd actually have to go to a psych ward.
Dude, it's crazy. I always think there's like a camera like around. Like that's Dude, crazy. I'm just like, hey guys, so like
you're in the office. Random. I always do that shit. Sometimes someone will say some bullshit and I'll go, I'm looking at a camera or something.
I'm like that. I think that goes with like always feeling like being watched by someone.
Yeah.
So I'm
just just looking directly at like, I don't know, one of my angels or whatever.
Exactly.
And they just like are dying. They're laughing their ass off in the other realm.
That's what I would think about all the time. So I think talking to yourself is important because you discover like new things.
There's like
about yourself.
You feel like a separation because when you think in your like, there's some shit I was thinking in my head, and then when I said, and I was like, oh, this is like really getting into it. And then when I said it out loud, I was like, that's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like when it was in my head, it was like valid, but then when I said it out loud, I was like, what the hell? Why are you giving this time? You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
I don't know. I was gonna say if you just like, oh my god, I lost it. Fuck my
life. But you were talking about like instead of praying, it was like meditating and manifesting.
Yeah, it's basically that. Just like
I think that's what praying is. I think the difference in praying and manifesting is manifesting. You say like I'm gonna get something, it's gonna happen, and then praying you ask for it. You hope that you get it. Where one of them I feel like you grab it and just fucking get it, and then one of them it's like, oh, can I have this please, Mr. Oh Magic Conch? Can I please have 2 Krabby Patties?
Yeah, like I remember. Honestly, I don't even ask God for anything anymore.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even ask him for anything.
I don't ask anyone for anything.
Me neither. I hate asking people for things. So, like, honestly, all I do when I pray is just, I'm very just thanking, like, everything. I'm just like, I thank you for, like, for like, gratitude. Putting me this, like, like, putting me in this body, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? I always feel so blessed. So I'm just like, I can't, like, not think. The universe or like
anytime I get pissed off at things, I try to thank something immediately, and it always makes me feel better. Like if I ever hurt, like if I'm playing sports or something and I hurt my leg or something, I'm like, well, like thank God that I have a leg to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like thank God I have this. Like thank God I'm even playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? And this, like literally the second I thank the universe, it literally like I just feel better. You know, because I feel like I'm not taking shit for granted anymore.
Absolutely. I think that's like an awesome way to think. I think it makes us so much more appreciative of, the moment that we're in right now. I don't know, man.
Gratitude
Life is crazy.
Attitude.
It's crazy.
it is crazy how, like, thanking, and a big thing for me is if I'm ever, like, feeling bad about myself, I just start complimenting people on shit I see. Tattoos, jewelry, shirts, whatever I see. And I actually like, it's not bullshit compliments. Like, when they come to you and you say them, you literally start, like, this is why I genuinely believe in, like, we all are, like, one somehow. Because this,
I believe that.
Like, the golden rule, like, first of all, how do we all come up with the golden rule? Treat people how you want to be treated. That's literally saying that belief, like, treat them because they are you, you know? And every time I treat someone some way, that's exactly how I feel after.
Yeah, like, you almost get, like, a pleasure out of it, too, like, when you're nice to someone.
Like, giving gifts is crazy.
Yeah. I love doing that, like, commenting on people's posts, like, oh my god, you know, and just, like, I don't know.
Making someone feel good, because somehow it makes you feel good. For some weird fucking reason, it makes you feel good. Almost even better sometimes.
I think it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better than getting a compliment.
I don't know. Getting compliments is pretty fucking sweet.
It's nice, but I honestly rather...
Do you get compliments a lot?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. How would you know without...
I don't really know. I mean, like, I guess. But I don't even know.
Because I feel like, I mean, I don't know, this could sound like bullshit or whatever, but me, like, the compliments I have in my head, like, when someone compliments me, it sticks. Because I feel like it's, like, I want to say far and few between, which might sound like, I don't know, it might sound like I'm fishing right now, but I'm not. Like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, there's, like, a compliment to me, the first time someone, like, my friend Forrest, he said, like, bro, like, I could tell you definitely go to the gym. Like, that's not even, like, a compliment necessarily, but he said that, and, like, he's the first person that acknowledged that I've been working out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, someone's dad being like, you lost mad weight. Like, you definitely been hitting the gym, like, shit like that. Like, I remember those moments, and they stick with me. And it's not even like someone be like, it's like someone just noticing it that made me feel so good, and I took it as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I just remember that shit. And I feel like, I don't know. But then someone telling me, like, oh, that was, I don't know. I'm trying to think of compliments where I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like,
I know what you're trying to get at now. Like, it's something that, like, you've been working on, and it's just, like, something you've been passionate about, someone, like, notices. It's, like, it's different.
It's different than someone just saying it because they think you want to hear it or something.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like, oh, nice shirt. I'm like, all right, thanks. I appreciate it. Like, of course, thank you, of course. But, like, something's weird about that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just fucking contradicting myself because I'm on a tangent right now. But, like, someone complimenting me on my earrings, that gasses me the fuck up because I was mad scared to get my ears pierced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So things that, like, mean something to you, you know?
So I guess if it means something to me, then the compliment means more.
Oh, absolutely. I feel that. I don't know. Maybe I do get complimented a lot. That's why I'm just like, I just, like, I love making other people feel good.
You probably put out a lot of compliments as well. I mean,
I really don't. I'm not, like, honestly, like, I'm not also, like, a person that's, like, ass kisser. Like, I'm not, like, you know, always like, oh my god. I'm not. So when
keep it real.
When people, like, so when I do give compliments, people are like, oh, okay, like, you know, work.
Oh, that's valid. Ooh, he valid.
See, yeah, it's just not, like, it's just not, I'm not just, like, handing it out for free.
It's earned.
Yeah, like,
because then there's also the people who are always complimenting. You're like, all right, you can do that.
Yeah, there was always those people in school, and it's just,
no,
we see right through them. Yeah.
Hey,
we all know those people.
Hey, but they're getting those compliments right back, and that's what they want.
That's exactly what their goal was.
Damn.
Some people compliment just to get complimented back.
Fuck it, I do sometimes too, like I just said. Right. But it's not immediate. I'll say it and stuff like that, and then, like, I'll say a bunch of compliments and stuff like that, and I'm not saying it for the reason, like, it's not like I'm looking to compliment someone. Like, if I think of the compliment, there's a lot of times where I'm, like, too scared to say it because of whatever fucking reason.
I agree.
And then there's a lot of times where I suck it up and just say it, and then that person's like, oh, like, thank you, like, and actually smiling and stuff like that, and I don't, like, expect one in return, of course. Yeah. That's not how, like, compliments work. But then, like, a couple weeks later, I'll get, like, a really nice compliment. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, fuck, that was dope.
I think compliments that stick with me too are like when strangers, like just like someone, like I'll be walking on the road or something and someone will say something like,
Actually, I don't know if I give a fuck about strangers' compliments.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like, yeah, you shouldn't give a fuck, but I guess like, it's just like, it's
No,
different than the people that are around.
But like, I don't know, I get, like, a big thing for me is like long-term progression. And I guess this might be like deep-rooted in my like Libra-ness, but like working on something and then having, like, in me, I get so fixated on shit, and like I only see the day-to-day progress and get mad at myself about it all the time and stuff like that. But then someone from an outside perspective who hasn't seen me in 3 years is like, damn, and then they like compliment me on whatever it is. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, like you've made it. Like they make me realize like how much I really am doing, you know. Yeah. And like that means a lot to me when someone I've known sees me change and then acknowledges it, you know.
Yeah, it's like, almost like it's like not validating, but it's almost like, oh shit, like I get like progress.
Like I just hate on myself for a lot of things, and like
same.
Cause I'm like, I want to be better every day, and like some days you're not gonna be better every day, you know. And I get tight, and I'm like, I'm stagnant and stuff like that. But then like I need to step out and be like, I need to like look at a picture of my freshman self and like think of what I was thinking then and like what I was doing then, you know. It's just. So Absolutely. Then when you see someone who you haven't seen since then, they go, oh shit, you're doing it, kid. But yeah, the greatest compliments are definitely on the podcast though. That shit hits, because when people like something that you're doing, and I mean, you definitely fucking know with your reality show and like the podcast you've done, when someone says like, oh, this is valid, this is sick, I don't even want to use the word valid. This is like cool, I enjoyed this. Yeah. When people say like, oh, I actually listen, I'm like, damn, that's fire. Like, you actually just listen to me talk. Yeah.
No, it's the best, because like it's like your baby, you know what I mean? So like you're putting it out there into the world, and you just like,
because it is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That first like Instagram post like that I made, and like the first podcast post, like the first one. Yeah. Like, it was sitting there for weeks, you know what I'm saying? And, like, me thinking about it and freaking out about it and what are people going to think of me and shit like that, you know? It wasn't like just all easy, you know?
I totally agree with that, because, like, I'm always scared to post things and be like, oh my god, what are people going to think? Which is why I don't know if, like, fame is, like, something I want to, you know, do, because I don't want to, like, be, you know...
I fade in and out of caring what people think.
Me too.
There's some days where I care so much what people think, and I'm like, bro, they're gonna listen to this podcast, they're gonna think this of me, they're gonna this, that, the other thing. Yeah. And then there's a podcast I'll do with someone, and like while I'm on the podcast, I'll be just going with it, and I'll open up about some shit that I don't tell many people, you know, and then I'll just post it and I'll think about it, and then when I get to that point where I start thinking about it again, like months later, I'll be like, dude, should I delete that? Should I go back? Should I take that part out? Like, what am I doing? Yeah. But then something in me is like always like, if it's up there and it's already up there, like there's a reason it's up there, just don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's tough, but I don't know. I want to get to the point where I never give a fuck.
Me too.
I think that's when you get famous, is when you don't give a fuck.
Exactly. When you don't give a fuck about looking stupid, and that's how you get famous.
Especially when you can make being stupid look cool.
Exactly.
That's when you're famous. When someone does some stupid shit and then they make it mad funny. That's I think that's the meaning of life.
Yeah, I think you can't be afraid of looking stupid, and that's one thing, because like you grow from, you know, looking stupid or whatever, because you can turn back and be like, oh shit, like also, there's things I can improve on.
Everybody looks stupid.
Everyone looks stupid.
Everyone fucking looks stupid at some point.
Everyone looks stupid. Everyone is cringy.
Everyone does some shit where you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
If you don't look back at yourself and cringe, maybe we're cringing right now.
That's a good ass quote.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why it's important to look back and just...
If you're not looking back and cringing, fucking, you're cringing right now. That's bad, buddy. That's so true, though, too.
It's like, damn.
Well, shit. Hopefully I don't go back and cringe at the podcasts.
Oh, we probably will. I feel like you will. Like
100%.
It's no, like that's the thing. Like
actually, that was some bullshit that I even said that. I 100% is gonna go back and look back and cringe
No, because your shit is gonna be so much better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the more you grow, the more you like get used to doing this. It's like you just get better and better. Every episode it gets better and better. So like when you look back, you're gonna be like, damn, like my work is like so much better now. Like you just, that's why I think it.
But like, there's things I don't see now that I'm gonna see when I'm older. I'm gonna be like, dude, who the fuck? Who did I think I was at 18? Why did I think I could just do this? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But fuck it, here I am.
The best
I'm doing
part.
it. Cringe at me, bitch. Cringe at me.
It's the best
Future
part.
self.
It's the best part of like life is like just doing stupid things.
Fuck it.
People love to see it.
People love to see it.
Yeah.
But you want to wrap this up? You got any last words for the peoples?
Any last words? Well, stay tuned for, you know, the reality show, I guess.
Does it have a name?
Yeah, Reality Race.
Hey.
So, Reality Race, well, it's Fakeality TV's Reality Race right now, but, you know, who knows?
You should name it after yourself, like Hervey's.
I literally mentioned that to Gabe today. I was like, I feel like it should be Hervey's Reality Race.
Hervey's Horrid. I like the HH.
Oh.
Hervey's.
Oh my god, that could be cool. I know what you're coming up with. Just like something that rolls off the
Hervey's
tongue.
house, like something like
yeah,
that.
like Hervey's house would be so cool too.
Something like that.
Yeah, stay tuned for the reality show, you guys. It'll be coming soon. There's no like specific name yet. So yeah.
Word. Peace out.